Greetings, kinfolks, or my kindred spirits. And for those who are new, I welcome you too. So, if you find the content in this video of value, please subscribe. Tap on that red and white button that says subscribe below. And I welcome you to share the information if you find it that valuable. Leave some comments below if you feel a need to say anything about the content in this video, or if you have questions. And if you do not feel comfortable with leaving comments and questions below, my contact information is in the description box below, and I will also have it at the end of this video. Okay, so let's get to it. Can I say I feel good today, my peoples? I feel so good. This is a great day. Today is Wednesday, September 7th, 2022, and it is now 12:06 on the desired clock. I'm trying to be out hipped and everything. Anyway, I want to come forward and speak to you or talk to you, discuss some of the experience, research, observations that I have come across, so you do see me looking down, I might be referring to my notes. I keep notes just so that, this is just like stuff that I've done some research, observed, I'll write them down so that when it comes time for me to film this, I can always refer back to some important things that I wish to discuss with you guys, so I don't forget, because sometimes I just jump on here and just freestyle, no notes, no nothing, because my heart is just leading me like, Anita, Spirit said, Anita, you need to hop on that. You need to really hop on that, because the Most High it needs to channel some stuff that needs to be talked about. Okay. All right, we there. Are we there? Are we there? Are we connected? Are we connected? However you want to connect. We can connect here, or we can connect there, or there. Anywho, so first on my talking point is about the reset. So what I have here, and I'm going to flow, the reset is mainly about new beginnings and releasing old programming and freedom from an old society that's now crumbling. Now, I had some videos up probably back in 2018 that I posted, and I think I deleted them or put them on private because I became afraid, because I was like, oh, Anita, we saying too much. We saying too much. But I decided to cruise the TikTok. I recently became a TikTok subscriber. But even though I had became a subscriber, I was only posting videos. I wasn't really scrolling because I didn't see anything interesting. And it wasn't until August of this year, just last month, that I decided, let me see what's up in here. And I started hearing stuff that I've already talked about on here. Because I left them videos up for a long time, for over a year, before my knees started knocking, and I was like, oh, let me hide that. And I'm like, dang, if they so bold to talk about it, let me talk about it. Let me go back and talk about it. But there was information that I had posted about the Aquarian age coming in. And within the Aquarian, and not just the fact that the Aquarian age has already come in. I don't want to say it's coming in, it's in. It is in, okay? It is. I just want y'all to know that. It is in. But also my mentor and teacher, Dr. Malachi Zodok York, or Dr. Malachi York, Imam Isa, Ruaboni Yeshua, those are the different names he took on within the different schools. And if you don't overstand the name change, it's like you're a Christian, so your name is going to be Anita. When I became a Muslim, my name's changed 3 times. It changed from Teslim to Anisa. And then I had, when we went into the school, and notice I said the school, the learning phase of Egypt. So my name changed then, But on my birth certificate, it stayed the same. My government still stayed the same. So whenever I wanted to go back into the society world, I utilized that name. When I felt I got to a certain level of information and knowledge, those who grew with me, that's when so just so you understand, because a lot of people are like, oh, why he keep changing his name? Why he trying to disguise himself? Nobody trying to disguise himself. Sometimes when you learn a certain amount of information and really truly tap into who you are, you want to identify yourself away from what society expect your name to be. Because even there are people who are not from the United States, they change their first name because they want to be accepted within this society and be able to cope. But not to say all people who come here change their name, but to make it easier, accessible to pronounce sometimes is some reasons, whatever the reasons are. Some people who are not from this land, they change their names, okay? So when I was Muslim, I had a different name. When I developed my knowledge or expanded my knowledge, I decided, oh, I like this name. It fit me best. It describes the level of awareness I am at this time. Okay, we got that clear. For those who don't understand why people change their names, some people change their names because they notice their lifestyle. And it is probably because, people who are deep into numerology, they change their names to change the vibration of how they're living. So that name does not fit them. It fit them for a time until they became aware and changed it, and they noticed their life change. A life change. I love my name. Anita means grace, classy, spiritual. Okay, so anywho. So it stated, some research that I did online stated that with the ushering in of the new age, there was going to be a lot of changes. And the world was going to end. And when I say the world, I didn't mean Earth, but the world or this society as we know it will change. So with that change, there's going to be a lot of things to be exposed. There was going to be a lot of things to fall, a lot of things, what does it say? Kingdoms to fall, situations to separate, split up, crumble, So that means a certain programming that a society had over a people was going to crumble. Now, when I was growing up, my grandparents raised me, so I was around a lot of elders, senior elders, because your elders could be 20s and 30s, but some seniors, you know what I'm talking about? They were up there. People who lived back in the early 1900s, late 1800s. So something that I either learned in the church or I just heard Now, it's not really a church. It's just really elders. Just mostly elders was always sad. We always hear them talk about this when they got together and talk about what the future, what was going to come in the future and all of this. And they were saying that, when it's time for the devil's reign to end, the devil ain't going to give up so easily. So the devil is going to try to take down a lot of God's people. Hear me out now, because I know I'm sounding Christian wise. I'm just giving it to you the way the elders gave it, because I'm going to break it down for you. Okay? And the devil was going to try to take down, they were going to either try to deceive a lot of God's people or going to take them out. And try to take them out. And God told the devil, before I let you do that, I'm going to turn stone into souls. So let me break it down to you. There's been an awakening, and this is not to offend any other cultures or races, because we all know that we all come from one source, and we're all here as a lesson to one another. So you take it, okay, with a grain of salt, how I'm delivering this information, okay? Because for those who were last, it could have been any race. It could apply. But in abundance, we know who we're talking about. Because it also stated, coming up in certain scriptures, they were in bondage for 400 or a little more years, maybe a little over 400 years, they was in bondage. And that bondage ended in 2019. What made me aware of this is when a certain president was in position and he signed a bill called the 400-year Black Heritage Bill. I think if I'm incorrect about the name of that bill, correct me, okay, for those who know. It was signed on a Monday in the month of January of 2019. Okay, that's all I can remember about that. I'm not very good with dates. So correct me if I'm wrong. Put it in the comments, the correct date. Like I said, I didn't give a number date. I just gave the month, a day it was, like it was a Monday, that it was signed in the year 2019. When I saw that, I was like, wow, to be exact, that was exactly like 400 years, if you count back 400 years. So also the elders taught how the devil ain't going to go out without a fight. He's not going to give up his control or position of power so easily. Now, let me say this, okay? Some of this fight that's going on is not our fight to be fought. Some of this fight has nothing to do with us. And you got to really pay attention and be aware what's our fight and what's not our fight. But what we should be doing right now is prepping. Prepping. So when a certain society finally crumbles to the ground, we're able to sweep out the building, fix it up, and move our business, or move our prepping phase right on in and get ready. Okay. Do you recall, and I talked about this in a video, and I probably still have a video where I mentioned it, but there was a video that I did on the Wizard of Oz. But let's talk about The Wiz. That's my favorite one, the musical with Michael Jackson in it, Diana Ross and all of them. Mm-hmm. And at the end of a certain society or a certain control, when the Wicked Witch was destroyed, those people who looked like they was walking zombies, the stone looking people, they looked like they was made of stone, wasn't it? They peeled back them bodies. They zipped themselves out, and they started dancing and celebrating their freedom. So what I'm saying is, instead of trying to fight, sometimes you just got to let nature run its course. Allow nature to run its course, my people. And when I say my people, if you can relate, if you're my kindred spirits, then you my people. Also be aware that it's not expected for the whole entire world to make it and understand that some of this fight is not ours, it's not meant to be fought. Some people will be deceived. It's not meant for everybody to make it. Some people will be sacrificed on that journey. But in the meantime, in between time, just stay out of their way and just sit back and watch it crumble while you prep. While you prepping, like, okay, okay, it's going down. It's going down out there. Everybody's fight isn't meant for you to fight it. Especially if you didn't start the mess. Especially if you didn't start the fight. If you didn't start it, why are you in it to fight it? Why are you fighting on behalf of someone who started the mess anyway? I know some of y'all said, well, it was an easy way to survive, to get that money. Well, for those, before you make a decision that you will regret later, just remember I said, not everybody's fight is for us to be fighting. Right now, it may not even be meant for you to go out. Yeah, you can have a good time, but be careful where you go to have a good time. Right now, it just may be meant for you to go into hermit mode. And what do I mean about hermit mode? For those who are familiar with tarot cards, there's one tarot card that's called the Hermit. And usually the Hermit card is usually not necessarily in hiding, but the Hermit go within themselves. They don't go out as much unless they have to. But they keep to themselves and they're working on themselves. They're preparing for when the day is time for them to come out of those stone suits and expose their very soul. It's time to perform. So this is that time. During 2020, when 2020 first popped up and a lot of mess went down and some mess came out and people was scared for their lives and some people even passed away due to this. Let me help you understand the power of the mind and the heart. If the mind and heart ain't in it, you're in it to win it. Why should I believe in something going around when I know the supernatural forces of nature, the Most High, spirit guides, ancient benevolent ancestors, and ascended masters got me? I'm going to be all right. It's all about knowing, because fear brings about separation. So a lot of mess they say is going around. They got to hit you with something to separate you. They did it long ago when they renamed Kemet Africa. The Arabic word Afrika is where the word Africa comes from. The word Afrika means to separate and divide and conquer. We got to get rid of a lot of these names that keep us separated and divided. And as far as relationships, a lot of relationships are falling apart. I know you're like, why? It's meant to. Let it fall apart. Stay true to your heart. I keep trying to tell y'all people, these obligations, y'all feel obligated. If you're God's people and God blew within each human or children of the Most High, of his essence, and that essence is living within you, you're not obligated to anyone, anything. You might overstand and understand responsibilities. There are responsibilities you're granted, but it's really still your choice. You're given choices. That's why you're given will to decide between good and bad. What's good for me and what's bad for me. For me. And when you obligate yourself to something, you imprison your soul. You limit yourself. For those people who've done things for you, the best thing to do or say is say thank you. Some people obligate themselves to relationships and imprison themselves to eternal unhappiness. Well, let me not say eternal, for the rest of your human life of unhappiness. Some of those go into jobs and promise bosses you're going to be there. Well, you're just enslaving yourself to a prison of work that you're not happy with, and you're not carrying out your mission. You got to listen to your soul. So, with a lot of these talk of this and these unnecessary eases, put it together, people. These unnecessary disses and unwanted eases, and you're obligating yourself to the thought that's what's out there. So it puts you in fear of the next person. Sometimes stuff like this is needed to make you aware of who is who. But also be aware that it's a way of dividing communities, individuals, because this is the time we should come together in common unity. Common, what you have in common, unity. Find your tribes, you know, because in the land of so-called Africa is divided by tribes. Even though all of them may be dark skinned, brown, yellow, green, blue, purple, they're tribes. Same thing with the native land, turtle land, AKA America, Tamare, or some may call it Tamara, Tamari, Tamara, Tamari. Is still sectioned into tribes, not divided, because with these tribes back in the days of what you might call old, because what was in the beginning, so shall it be in the end, or a new beginning, a reset. What we did amongst each other, we lived in peace. We bartered and traded. So even if they come in with a new money system and you're not counted in that and you can't survive within that system, there is a way to survive it. Hear me, people, hear me. Feel me. Hear me. See me. Connect with me. Come on now. Come on. Feel my soul talking to your soul. I'm not talking to the body, for the body comprehends, the spirit not. For it is the darkness where the light shines within. Know thyself, for when the time comes, for it comes like a thief in the night. And when day breaks and you look beside you and see your bed partner not there, for they have ascended. For during that karmic toxic time, they were prepping to ascend. So it is not time, or the time is over of separating and dividing and trying to find out who is who. But once now you know if all that has been exposed, now it's time for common unity within the community. Now it's time to reap the harvest. Come together. Because there's ways. Don't fear what they got planned. For their plan is scraps put together because of fear of their end. Because they mess is crumbling. And it's exposed. For if you see the problem, why continue to live in it? Why continue to waddle in that mess like pigs in filth? It's time to clean yourself off, people, for those who it's meant to be. And don't feel sorry for those who ain't got what you got. Don't feel sorry for them. You know, of course, we are people of compassion. We're compassionate people. But just understand, we are warriors. Warriors. Soldiers. But when it's time to defend our souls is when we come together as soldiers in common unity and we fight on the right of peace. We walk peacefully. Until our space is invaded. I remember there was a time living as a Muslim or in the Muslim community, women were not allowed to go out alone without the escort of a brother or brothers. So my sisters, yeah, there's a lot of turmoil amongst the brothers and sisters. And as far as relationship is concerned, but a lot of this chaos is meant to happen because we forgot our birthrights. And a part of that birthright, understand who has the right to birth a world. So shall it was in the beginning, so shall it be in the new beginnings. Those who were meant to be tribal leaders are taking their rightful kingship. Let that marinate. And I'm not going to go too deep into that. For if you knew what was in the new beginnings, then you know what's coming about in the endings. Okay? If you knew what was in the old, you know about the new beginning, is what I want to say. And you know who and what's precious to protect. There's no time for mixing souls. For the mixing of souls and flavors can bring about confusion. You know how when you drink a drink, you're trying to figure out, what's this mixture? We'll need confusion. It's about knowing right now, know thyself. Let that marinate on you or in you. So also I want to say a lot of the messages on social media that's coming through, showing you a lot of negative things happening and telling you, oh, you should, warning. Well, hey, that's a warning for me to watch, not to watch this, because I don't need anything that will shake my faith in me. Beware. Be careful what you open your heart, souls, and minds to. If it's happening, if they say something is happening in the world, always remember, pause and pay attention to what's happening around you. It's peaceful here. I'm going to continue to make it peaceful. Pay attention from within your signs. Don't let anything from the outside get in and shake your faith in you. Don't allow anything outside of you. Social media as well, social media, period, that bring doubt to yourself. And if you need time to think on it, say, hold on, let me get back to you on that. Submit to what you feel from within. Yes. So a lot of these things that's going on in the world, I'm paying attention to it. I'm paying attention to what people are saying, things that's going on. You know, I see things happening in the weather. If there ain't anything else happening around me, I see the weather. And I'm grateful for the weather. You know what I'm saying? Brother sun, mama heat, mother earth, and father sun. I see you. And I'm grateful for Dr. York. What happened, the situation that happened back in the day with him was them trying to cut us off from a source of information so that we wouldn't get it. But also for those who was there to get his teachings, know and remember what he told us. But when you cut off the head, that's all I'm gonna say about that. Okay? If the head is cut off, okay, just remember, for everything that's going on that he taught, and stated, is happening. But if you're remembering to prepare, to stay prepped and ready for when the old residents, the old occupants, when they move out, clean house, maybe knock it down and rebuild it if it needs to be rebuilt to have a sturdier foundation. Or just go in, clean it out, clean house, and be ready to move in to your position in this world. For those who stand strong and are patient, you will be given your rightful positions in the new world to come. I am not here to make you think like me. I just really, truly, hopefully, deep down in my heart, soul, and mind, if you connect, I just want you to think. And it's not even what I want. It's really about what you want. So I'm not here to make you think like me, as long as you want to think for you. Hi, my name is AnitaYarbrough, and I am your holistic healing life coach and counselor. I bring to you today my signature programs based on healing transformations that align purpose. My first signature program, self-authentication based healing. This paradigm shifting and transformative based program is designed to share life experiences due to the changing times we're in to assert your self-authenticating willpower. In this program, you will learn the importance of healing to help lead the way towards understanding a new age mindset that promotes creative holistic living for unlocking your purpose. Transform and align with your purpose in any area you choose. Within these changing times, by trying a new approach to tasks and or activities to gain courage and confidence. Feel free to accept the changes in the world and experience the new, real you without judgment from yourself and others. Learn to accept uncontrollable circumstances. Let go of the past and activate a new you. Overcome blockages on your way towards your newfound freedom after attending this life-changing presentation. After this program, you will be able to learn the difference between using logic and intuition, understand how your belief systems influence your authenticity. Learn the importance of balancing your light and dark psyche. Use mental and emotional coping techniques to transcend traumas and pain to start the healing process. Gaining self-acceptance to heal through self-talk and expression. My second signature program is lifestyle-based healing. This life-building and knowledge-based program is designed to help you succeed in the next phase of transformational growth during these changing times to enhance your development. In this session, you will learn how to tap into your natural survival resources and following the intuitive influences that open your eyes to new pathways of living, achieve greater results, and supercharge your mission by creating a new lifestyle. You will come to understand how to discipline your body, your mind, and spirit to prepare the unexpected and expected changes in your life, inside and out. Inspire others to do the same. Become efficient and improve functionality after this enlightening presentation. After this program, you will be able to learn what your limits are towards change, learn how to replace unwanted habits with better practices, identify your stress triggers and traumas, to make changes and self-heal. Learn about inner and outside influences that affect your lifestyle. Understand how good health practices establishes great wealth to enhance a certain lifestyle. Learn the importance of your survival and creating your new life and what it takes to sustain a new lifestyle. Expose your toxicities before incorporating new lifestyle changes. Now, this third signature program is my communication-based healing. This mind-enriching session will teach you how to express and communicate your thoughts and feelings. Demonstrate many ways to communicate your subconscious mind to gain control of your life. The strategies in this portion of the program will fine-tune your communication skills within these changing times by using your childlike imagination to promote healing and find your confidence to better express yourself. Learn how to analyze the communication style of others, which better helps with understanding how to communicate. So after this presentation, you will be able to achieve a life of mastery that is limitless. So after this program, you will be able to learn to listen to your true voice to break your own hypnotic spell, learn importance of self-talk, creatively express your imagination to welcome in the healing process, learn and understand different communication styles, find out how to communicate commands to your subconscious mind to create change. Now, this last signature program is community-based healing. This approach into the community dynamics during these times of change will alter your reality to identify patterns in situations and know when to seek solutions. Learn the positives and negatives of comparisons and judgments that are used within your environment or community. Learn tactics to break away from the trends within your environment and community that are presently not realized as mind control tools. Learn manifestations for your ideal environment or community, which can influence and become impressionable to others. Before this presentation ends, it will empower your every move. So after this program, you will be able to understand how to manifest your needs and wants, recognizing patterns that will create solutions for a better change, Learn how to recognize individuals of bad or good influence in your space. Understand how making peace with yourself can become a masterpiece for an ideal community. Create better habits and practices that will help you attain the peace you so desire. And design and create a space that cannot be compared to others. I would like to thank you for taking time out in your busy day and joining me or sitting with me in learning more about my signature programs. As I always tell others, I am not here to make you think like me. I just want you to think. Again, thank you and have a great rest of your day.